beacon of hope for thousands of vulnerable Lagosians, not only to the direct financial relief, but represents a deeper commitment to education and empowerment. Special Secretary to the Governor on Political and Legislative and Civic Engagement, Tajudina Folabi, who stated these at the ongoing briefing that allows an able people to engage the government for feedback through the Lagos Citizens Gate app, with 100 MDAs onboarded.
As an office, we remain steadfast in our mission to foster a politically aware, civically responsible, and harmonious society. This briefing reaffirms our commitment to inclusive governance, strengthening civic participation, and ensuring that government initiatives align with the needs of Lagos residents.
Other initiatives include the Ideal Child, the Girl Boy Child for 6,000 pupils, provision of 100 hand washing stations, reaching 205,000 residents across various local government areas and local council development areas, while the office also received 270 petitions and protests. Our correspondent Adiola Akinele quotes the special advisor as saying that another 1.6 billion naira has been earmarked for hundreds of beneficiaries for the 2025 edition of Sanwo-Olu Cares initiative. The Lagos State government has urged all residents to conform with the state legal identification registration process in order for the government to make adequate preparation in terms of infrastructure in health, education, environment, as well as other sectors to accommodate the large influx of the people that come into the state on daily basis. Speaking while featuring on an X-Space program, Ask Lagos Live, with the topic Lagos, why people keep coming and the challenges, Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Tokumbo Wahab, appealed to residents to ensure they register with the Lagos State Resident Registration Agency, LASRA, saying it will not only allow government to identify them but also plan for them. He said on a daily basis about 6,000 people come to Lagos and about 300 out of these come to stay. Wahab said the government would continue to ramp up its advocacy as well as ensure resilient infrastructure is put in place in order to accommodate the influx of people that come into Lagos on a daily basis. The Chartered Institute of Transport Administration of Nigeria, CIOTA, has inducted a total of 116 new members into its professional body as part of ongoing efforts to professionalize the country's transport and logistics sector. The induction ceremony held at the Conference Hall, School of Transport, Lagos State University, Lagos, brought together stakeholders from academia, the military, corporate organizations, and the student community. Delivering his address, President and Chairman of Council, Segun Obayando, emphasized the need for competence, discipline, and innovation in the transport and logistics industry. Obayando stated that the institute is committed to building a strong professional foundation that aligns with global standards and addresses the unique challenges facing Nigeria's transport infrastructure and operations. Among the newly inducted members were 26 full members, 50 associate members, and 40 student members from various institutions and industries across Nigeria. Now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has transmitted a budget proposal of 1.48 trillion naira for the Rivers State government to the National Assembly for consideration and passage. President Tinubu said the budget proposed became necessary because of the nullification of the 2025 budget of the state by the Supreme Court and the fact that the state is currently under emergency rule. He said that 324 billion naira of the amount will be expended on infrastructure, 166 billion naira on health, 75.6 billion naira on education, and 31.4 billion naira on agriculture. Tinubu added that by the provisions of the budget, agriculture is expected to generate about 6,000 jobs, and appealed to the parliament to urgently pass the budget for the good of the state and its people. Plateau State government has commenced construction over 17.1-kilometer perimeter fence around Jos Wildlife Park. Commissioner for the Environment, Climate Change and Development, Peter Guam, stated this at a media briefing in Jos, aimed to outline the activities and achievement of his ministry from May 2024 to date. Guam explained that the primary purpose of the project is to secure the park against encroachment and to provide a safer habitat for its wildlife. The commissioner revealed that the fence is 90% complete, with renovations also underway at the park's central administrative office. Guam also highlighted the distribution of 100,000 adaptable tree seedlings to farmers across several local government areas as part of an effort to combat climate change. In foreign news now, officials say 2 Israeli embassy staff have been shot dead while leaving an event at the Capital Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. Israel's embassy in the United States says Sarah Milgram and Yaron Lischinski were a couple in the prime of their lives before they were killed. The suspect has been detained and identified by police as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago. Police say he shouted "Free Palestine" after being taken into custody, and officers will look into ties to potential terrorism. U.S. President Donald Trump says the attack is so sad and based obviously on anti-Semitism. Meanwhile, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says security will be increased at Israeli embassies worldwide, while Foreign Minister Gideon Saar said the shooting was a direct result of a toxic anti-Semitic incitement against Israel and Jews around the world. In sport now, FIFA President Gianni Infantino has extended his congratulations to Remo Stars following their historic triumph in the Nigeria Premier Football League. In an official memo addressed to Nigeria Football Federation, NFF President Ibrahim Guzo Infantino praised Remo Stars for winning their first ever NPFL crown, describing the club's title-winning campaign as a product of consistency over the season. The FIFA president also commended the NFF for its continued support for football development in the country, expressing optimism about future engagement. Remo Stars sealed the 2024-2025 NPFL title with 3 matches to spare after a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Niger Tornadoes on match day 35 in Ikene, when Olamilekan Adebayo's late strike secured the club's 21st win of the season, giving them an unassailable 10-point lead at the top of the table. Having been crowned champions officially in their penultimate home match against Ikorodu City, the Daniel Ogumodede boys will be concluding their celebratory lap in Yenagua in the final fixture of the season on Sunday. That's it on the news at 4, but just before we go, always stop for pedestrians at zebra crossing. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 250 women trained through an empowerment workshop on intercrop of maize and cassava with demonstration plots for practical knowledge? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has disbursed the sum of 2,461,000,000 naira to 8,690 beneficiaries through the Sanwo-Olu Licensed Financial Assistance Program. President Bola Tinubu has transmitted a budget proposal of 1.48 trillion naira to the Rivers State Government to the National Assembly for consideration and passage. We also told you that officials say 2 Israeli embassy staff have been shot dead while leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. Finally, in sport, FIFA President Gianni Infantino has extended his congratulations to Remo Stars following their historic triumph in the Nigeria Premier Football League. For contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Coyote Mafolashiri. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon and welcome to the return trip.